All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, Elsbury Millstone, and Southeast brothers doing this thing in sincerity, in truth, and with charity. What I said in the beginning in the Hebrew tongue is Yahweh, which is named the Heavenly Father. Bahasham is in the name, Ba'in Hadasham name. Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son, and Rakah Quadash means Holy Spirit, literally translated Spirit Holy. Rakah Spirit, Quadash Holy. Excuse me. And Rakah Spirit and Quadash Holy. It's a Qua. And I want to touch on it's kind of been coming up a lot. It's been coming up more lately. And it's basically, how do I put this? Like childhood trauma, shit like that. Fucked up shit that goes on in the so-called Black Native American community that's never really spoken on. All right? From your mother, mothers degrading the children, the abuse, the molestation, just all manner there's different traumas, man. There's different levels of shit that, Jake has gone through from uncles, aunties, sisters, brothers, whatever in your youth. Hell, even going to school and certain weirdo other children doing shit, like all type of shit, right? And I'm bringing this up because that's no excuse to not serve the Lord or to be angry at the Lord for. The fact of the matter is, it's victim blaming. That's victim. Well, yes. Yes. The Lord told us from the beginning, you know what the scripture said? He gave us straight commandment, told us life and death, or what we should not do. Second Ezra 7, forgive me. Second Ezra 7, I get to the point. 21. It's 20. For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them. For the Most High have given straight commandment to such as came what they should do to live, even as they came and what they should observe to avoid punishment. All right, and what's the punishment? The wage of sin is death. But death is bigger than just you going to the grave. That's the ultimate place where you land. All right? But this low-level condition, this mind state that's on our people, even when we were in the world. All right, so he that turneth from the Most High shall remain in the congregation of the dead. All our works were of death. Wickedness. Wickedness begets more wickedness. All right? So our disobedience as mankind has led to what we see today. So the Lord warned us. He told us what not to do. Gave us chances on top of the chances. Drake voice, right? But for real, he gave us chances. All right? And this is video I'm thinking about too. This girl, she's a Gomorrahite, we call it the female sodomites. And she was talking about what was God at when I was being raped. What was God at when I was being raped? Which it probably was her bogus ass uncle. Who knows what it was, man? Should be wild, man. Should be fucking wild. All right? But that was a part of judgment, man. Because we sinned. Yes, we did in our past lifetimes. Sinned and have got brought into this low-ass estate. Okay? And the Lord warned us. He told us what to do to get life. He told us what would happen. And if we don't, that would be death. Okay? In fact, he said we were going to the lowest hell, which means grave. So we're gonna see the worst shit. Deuteronomy 32. Another one. All right, just let the spirit flow. Just chill. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 21. Sirach 32 and 15. Yeah. But Jeshurun waxed fat, which is, another title for Israel, and kicked. Thou art waxing fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. So the Lord took care of us. Right? Then he forsook the Most High which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. Our nation forsook the Lord, right? They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger. Look what this said. Evils caused by idolatry. That's the title of this little section, right? But back to Deuteronomy 32 and 16. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to God. To gods whom they knew not. To new gods that came newly up. Whom your fathers feared not. And that's any idol, any doctrine, any disobedience. All right, anything outside of the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is idolatry. All right, what is it? Disobedience is the sin of idolatry, and stubbornness is the sin of witchcraft. Okay. Covetousness, which is idolatry. So anything outside this truth, how the Lord set things up. And of course, obviously, these other actual so-called gods, from Allah to Jesus Christ. So that's the name of our Lord, man. That comes with a whole different doctrine. Jesus Christ comes with the doctrine of Jupiter, the defender of the strangers, man. "28 of the rock that begat thee, thou art unmindful, and hast forgotten the Most High that formed thee. And when Yahweh saw it, he abhorred them because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters. And he said, I will hide my face from him." So the Lord took his hedge away. The Lord allowed the evils to just continue. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. The Lord let wickedness run its course. And rightfully so, he kept giving us chances, showing us mercy. A slap on the wrist here, slap on the wrist there. So the Lord's like, fuck it. Why should you be stricken anymore? Just fuck it. So he hid himself. I will see what their end shall be. He gonna let it all play out. For they are a very forward generation, children whom is no faith. They moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with the foolish nation. For a fight which that foolish nation is us coming back. We lost our heritage, became nobody. We at this low ass level, but we're the ones that's grabbing hold of our culture and fighting for it. Our forefathers seen the miracles. They was there. And they let it go. We're the ones grabbing hold. That's not the lesson, not the topic. For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn into the lowest hell. And also that foolish nation part of that goes into when like the Greeks who were Israelites that changed over to follow Greek customs in the New Testament, not the actual Greeks, but when the Hellenized Israelites returned to their heritage, they were Greeked out, uncircumcised, but they was returning to the Lord. Meanwhile, you had men that knew they were Israelites their whole life that wouldn't accept the prophecies, and they rejected Yahweh Shai, which in turn they rejected the prophecies. But you got this other group who's supposed to be a foolish people, not a nation, lost and everything, accepting Yahweh Shai. You know, but again, that's another lesson. Lord willing, Spirit hit me, I'll touch on that too. You know, precepts exist for it. 22, for a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn into the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundation of the mountains. Which the end of it all is actual nukes. Literal fire. But let's see what else is part of this fire. This what's it called? The furnace of affliction. I will heap mischiefs upon them. I will spend my arrows upon them. They shall be burnt with hunger. So part of the fire, part of those arrows is hunger. And devour with burning heat and with bitter destruction. So this is not talking about a place where after you die, you on fire, like Tales from the Hood. No, at the end of the movie. I will also send teeth of beasts upon them, with the poison of serpents of the dust, the sword without, and terror within. Just hell, violence. All right, motherfuckers can't even walk around their own neighborhoods they've been in their whole life. Heathens killing you, Esau on your ass. Then within your own communities, you got sick shit happening, man. That was a bitch that told a tale of a threesome she had with her guy and the guy's mother. And her mother was like, this how you gotta suck his ride. This shit is sick. So you can only imagine at what point in his life that shit came up. You see how certain mothers will kiss their baby sons? They'll bite the son lip and all this shit. Like, that's sick. Right? And we know that's sick. But this is because of our own doings. Evils have increased. Wickedness gets more wickedness. So these people are plagued with wickedness, man. All right? And again, that can't be an excuse to why you just can't serve the Lord. In fact, that should make you want to serve the Lord more. All right? That should make you want to serve the Lord more so we get the fuck out of here and get to a place where we're in dwell of righteousness. Where good is in authority, man. No longer be in a world where the wicked is in control and the wicked vibration is everywhere you look. It shouldn't be 4-year-old, 5-year-old singing Sexy Red. Shake that ass, ho. Hands on your knees. Let that coochie breathe. It shouldn't be 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds singing that, man. Twerking and shit like that's crazy. Children can't play in their own fucking yards. You got to worry about somebody putting them in the white van. Got to teach the kids stranger danger. Let me shut the mic on. That's crazy. That should make you want to serve the Lord even more. The sword without and terror within shall destroy both the young man and the virgin. The suckling also with the man of gray hairs, old, young, male, female. I said I would scatter them into the corners. So it's explaining what the lowest hell is. We lost our heritage, been scattered. All right. Dealing with the violence, the terror, just all manner of just wickedness everywhere we go and look. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. Lost our heritage. Were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest the adversaries should behave themselves strangely, and lest they should say, our hand is high, and the Lord have not done all this. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. All right? So the Lord was really fed up with Jacob back then. But he ain't want the nation to say it wasn't him that did this. It wasn't the Lord that saved us out of Egypt. And also, so they can know the Lord put us in captivity because we sinned. He wants his credit. That's really the point on that, man. That's really the point on that. So the Lord told us what will happen. The Lord told us, 2 Esdras 4, and this is going to show another reason why it's important to do this work, man. Because once the gospel at the four corners, once the elect is sealed, what? Them four winds are let loose, that destruction. That's needed. If you're suffering through this trauma, you should want the Lord to bring that final judgment to take out wickedness. Your mind should be, where was the Lord at? I'm going to just do my own thing, live to the flesh. That's madness. Living to the flesh, letting these devils take over is why that motherfucker did that bullshit to you. That's the reason we, at any point in our lifetimes, we did wickedness. Whatever it was, if you break one, you break them all. Okay? 2 Esdras 4, 28, I get to the point. No, I got to start up. This is part of the point. Damn, that was hard. 2 Esdras 4:26. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasted fast to pass away, and it must. It must. And cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is filled, so like, I'm excited, man. The scripture is just so hard, man. And cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. Sickness. Infirmity equals sickness. People are sick in their heads, man. All right. But as concerned things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So, all right, you've been traumatized. It sucks, of course. Okay, it happened. Now move forward. If anything, let that motivate you to want the better world for your seed. Which means you got to do this work. Let us labor into that rest. The harvest is ready, the laborers are few. Let me get back in the good grace with the Lord so me and my household can be covered from the current evils that still happen until the destruction comes. And hell, covered and delivered from those evils and from destruction. That's the logical thing. To want justice and safety. Not to say fuck it and throw your hat in with the wicked. Now you doing wickedness. No. That's crazy. For the grain of evil seed has been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning. And how much ungodliness hath it brought up unto this time? And how shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come? Ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed hath brought forth. Look at this, the time of Esdras. He said, look how wicked things are now. Then, right? And when the ears shall be cut down, which are without number, How great a floor shall they feel? So fast forward to the end of time when this judgment come, how much more wickedness is going to be. And that's what we at with it. So yeah, you've been through a lot of shit. And there's a lot of, and I'm not really going into details on different things, but there's a lot of shit that goes on. And I'm going to say in the so-called black community, man. People talk about it behind doors, and it's been coming out more lately. All right? Now, this uncle come around now, don't sit on his lap. Don't you keep the children from this uncle, or this auntie is like this. And there's others, like, this shit is madness, man. All right? Mothers destroying their daughters and their sons. And just by even just by demeaning them. Mothers jealous of their daughters. Hey, it's mothers that putting their daughters up for sale in the black community. There's a lot of women that turn to harlots because of their mothers. There's a lot of wickedness in this shit, man. All right, but this is why. The Lord gave us what we should do, and motherfuckers followed idols. And that leads us to where we at now. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God. But whereas they lived in a great war of ignorance, that's the war. To have wisdom makes friends the Most High. To not have that wisdom makes you the opposite of a friend, an enemy. Those so great plagues called they peace. And our people are still loving the wickedness. To this day. The plagues, the Lord bringing us low. The plague of sodomy. The plague of whoredoms. The plague of that murdering spirit, that gangbanging thug spirit. These niggas call that peace. They promote it. You're brave if you're a sodomite. What? They call it peace. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites, and revelings mean public drunkenness. So you have a lot of these secret ceremonies, things you don't know what they represent, and people still follow it. But this is 2024. The information goes out every year. Social media, it's brothers and even sisters that's, I'm not even going to say OR. I ain't going to say, they're not OR, but it's brothers and sisters that's passionate, so they still posting this stuff every year on social media. Some of us treat social media different because Clark Kent mode. But there's still brothers that post this stuff every year, Christmas time, Easter time, and give the breakdowns. And regular motherfuckers is seeing it. Regular motherfuckers is talking about it. But they still love it and celebrate it. Oh, it's for the kids. Oh, it's for that. Well, now you putting this tradition on your children to follow up the wickedness still. Which will breed more wickedness, man. Serving idols is why we here. You want to change the generational curse? Stop serving fucking idols. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled. Yes, divorces, all right? Adultery, orgies, everything's defiled. But either one slew another treacherously, the back door, that's what they call it. They fucking over their friends. Or grieved him by adultery, self-explanatory. So that there reigned in all men without exception, blood. And all men, without exception. This is the spirit that's on the world. If you're not in this truth, this the vibration that's on you. Blood, manslaughter, theft, dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men. Good guys finish last. You're not doing certain wickedness, you lame, you're a square, whatever. Forgiveness of good turns. The people are unthankful. You do something good to somebody, they'll turn on you. They'll talk shit about you. What's the saying? You give a nigga an inch, they take a mile, whatever. defiling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriages, adultery, changing of kind. All this weird stuff that we saying, I identifies this, identifies that, changing of kind. Look, you are what the fuck you are. And shameless uncleanness. For the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. So the moment man forsook the Most High, was unthankful towards the Most High, they've been running away from the Lord into deeper wickedness. And we're here at the height of wickedness, man. So you've been through some shit. Well, yeah, wickedness into the earth. Now speak against wickedness. Be a child of light. Don't let that shit make you go into more wickedness and ultimately get destruction. If anything, it should really be like, damn, it's only right to serve the Lord. So I can escape this shit. So generations to come got to go through this shit. Which we know, of course, through the prophecies, it's gonna happen anyway. So why not be on the right side of this? All right? This is Sirach 23:27. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Lord. And that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed to the commandments of the Lord. This is the best thing for us. To get into the fear of the Lord, to get into his word, his truth, and to fight for it, man, to defend the gospel. All right? To be a child of light. To be against the darkness. It's Ephesians 5 and 8. For ye were sometime darkness. We did our share of sin, whatever it may be. But now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. So now we speak against these things, man. All right, we say how things should be, well, which is how the world would be governed according to this word. And that will bring only peace, harmony, righteousness. The sum of the law is brotherly love. Love thy neighbor as thyself. The law can be summed up in that. Because you love your brother, you won't commit adultery. You love your brother, all right, you're not going to steal from him. You're not going to bear false witness on him. You ain't going to lie on him, slander his name. That love your neighbor will extend to your children. The mothers won't be so damn narcissistic where they leaving their children for months at a time, or a month, whatever the bitch did, for her birthday and went overseas, left the child alone, starving, dying. Motherfucker ain't gonna be smacking a baby because they crying. It's a baby, they gonna cry. Yeah, that shit's maybe stressful. All right? The baby either is sleepy, want to be held, got a shitty diaper, or hungry, or some type of pain. Maybe it's teething. Put a little ice on the gum. See if it's teething. Make an icicle the size of a popsicle, you know, the round curved popsicle. Because you can't give a baby an ice cube, it may choke on it. Look, give a little ice cube, see if that'll calm it down. Any fucker, you up there slapping, I'm gonna make you cry more. What the fuck? That's that darkness. But if that love, you wouldn't do that. If the law was being followed and that spirit was on people, a motherfucker wouldn't even think like that because of that love would be there. Love working with no ill to his neighbor. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret, which is why I'm not trying to go into too much details, because it's really a shame. But all things that are just to speak on this shit is a fucking shame. And they doing it. How shameful is that? But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doth make manifest is light. So that's the battle, light versus dark. What does it say? The great war of ignorance, man. We got to speak what's right. Show that the wickedness is running this world. Stop following that fucking shit, man. Wake up. Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Mashiach. All right, we avoid that C word. That's an idol. Mashiach is the Hebrew word that will be there. And if there's going to put an English word, they could have put Messiah, which Messiah comes from Mashiach. All right? Or they could have put anointed, which is what the word means. Shall give, and Mashiach shall give thee light. Okay? And I ended on this. 2 Peter. So basically, okay, you've been traumatized. You either with the shit and going to continue the cycle, or you against it and you're gonna speak against it. You're gonna shine that light. You can't blame the Lord for it. Wherefore doth the living man complain for the punishment of his own sin, as Lamentations say. The Lord warned our ass. He told us what's gonna happen. More wickedness will come, and look, what the fuck are we at with it? More wickedness has come. Now let's get fucking right to escape it, man. Anything else is clown shoes, man. Silly. 2 Peter 3 and 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? So we know the Lord, we know the wickedness is happening. Wickedness is happening to us. Shit that happened to us, so we know wickedness is happening. Hell, we've done wickedness, which means judgment got to come. There's a chance to escape that judgment. There's a chance to get on the right side of this thing, to correct our wrongs, to be against the evil. Right? And ultimately, the Lord is bringing judgment. Why wouldn't the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom? If you know somebody, if you know a school shooter's finna come shoot the school up, the wise thing to do is to not be there. All right. Well, we know the Lord is bringing judgment. The wise thing to do is to be his friend, so we can not be there and get the evil. Looking for and hasting until the coming of the day of the Most High. So this is what we're looking forward to, the Lord to bring this judgment, to punish the wicked, to end the trauma, the cycle of this bullshit, the madness. Looking for and hasting until the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. That's judgment. Here's the point, though. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. So, okay, you're traumatized. You went through some fucked up shit. We all have. Not less than what it was. It was fucked up, sure. Wickedness into the world. You don't like it? Here's the way to fight for righteousness. Strive for the truth unto death. With that, all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Kakorash. Double honor to the apostle of the great millstone, and Sausage Brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. Shalom wa Baba Ball.